Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived in Berea for the start of the 3-day voluntary workouts. These sessions serve as a critical preliminary phase for the upcoming season, particularly as the team begins its transition under the leadership of new Offensive Coordinator Todd Monken. While these sessions are technically categorized as voluntary under NFL guidelines, the arrival of Shedeur Sanders marks a significant moment for the team's offensive development. Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived for voluntary workouts along with his teammates, which signifies the start of a period focused on installation and physical conditioning. This is a 3-day voluntary workout that provides the first opportunity for the coaching staff to see the roster in a coordinated, albeit non-mandatory, environment. The atmosphere surrounding the facility reflects the specific intensity that football season brings to a city. While other professional sports like basketball maintain a following, the logistical and physical demands of football create a different level of anticipation among the fan base. I watch basketball, but man, I'm telling you right now, there's just nothing like football when it comes to me. The commencement of these workouts indicates that the off-season lull is ending, moving the team closer to the active phases of the NFL calendar. These 3 days are specifically led by Todd Monken, who is tasked with implementing his offensive schemes and evaluating the personnel available to execute them. The physical presence of Shedeur Sanders at the facility is a calculated move toward leadership. He did not arrive alone, as several teammates were present to begin the process of building on-field chemistry. For a quarterback, the value of a 3-day voluntary workout lies in the timing and the opportunity to establish a rhythm with receivers and offensive linemen before the mandatory minicamps and training camps begin later in the summer. Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived for voluntary workouts along with his teammates led by Ty Monday. The presence of these players early in the year is often used as a metric for team cohesion and dedication to the new system being installed by the coaching staff. However, the start of these workouts has sparked a public debate regarding the necessity of veteran attendance, specifically concerning defensive end Myles Garrett. The central question being discussed is, should Myles Garrett be in Berea for voluntary workouts? Yes or no? On one side of the argument, media figures like Tony Rizzo suggest that every player, regardless of status, should be present. The logic behind the pro-attendance stance is that with a new coach like Todd Monken on board, a player should show face to signal total commitment. The argument follows the line of, what is so important that he can't be here? What? It's 3 days. Show your new coach. Proponents of this view believe it is essential to say, hey, coach, we are all in. I don't have to be here, but I'm here. Conversely, there is a strong veteran argument that differentiates between established stars and developing players. Myles Garrett is a perennial All-Pro and a cornerstone of the defense. From a technical standpoint, a veteran of his caliber may not require the same level of introductory team building and camaraderie that younger players do in April. I disagree with Tony Rizzo when it comes to Myles Garrett. I don't feel like Myles Garrett should arrive to voluntary workouts. The perspective here is that Myles Garrett is Myles Garrett, and as a proven veteran, his performance on the 17 Sundays of the regular season is the primary concern for the organization. While some may ask, are you bigger than the coach? Others argue that a veteran's absence from voluntary sessions does not equate to a lack of respect for the staff. This creates a sharp contrast between the expectations for a defensive veteran and a rising quarterback. But when it comes to Shedeur, this is your opportunity to show the coach that you want to be the franchise quarterback. For Shedeur Sanders, these 3 days are not just about physical representatives. They are about optics and leadership. Being the first in the building and the last to leave is a standard expectation for those aspiring to lead an NFL offense. I love the fact that Shedeur Sanders has arrived, because it demonstrates a proactive approach to the franchise quarterback role. This early arrival allows him to get a head start on the playbook and build a rapport with Todd Monken that could prove vital during high-pressure situations in the regular season. When examining the rest of the quarterback room, there is uncertainty regarding the attendance of other notable names. Now, I'm unsure if Dillon Gabriel or Deshaun Watson is there. In many NFL camps, the status of the starting quarterback and the primary backups is a point of constant scrutiny. However, for those focused on the development of the team's future, the primary interest remains fixed on the newest additions. Honestly, I don't care. I'm here for Shedeur Sanders. The focus on Sanders stems from the narrative of his transition to the professional level and how he handles the expectations placed upon him by the fans and the media. The narrative of these workouts is ultimately about the progression of Shedeur Sanders into the NFL spotlight. Every rep taken and every session attended contributes to the data used by the coaching staff to determine the depth chart and the complexity of the offensive calls. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with the workouts, all that throughout the day. Monitoring these developments provides a clearer picture of how the team is evolving under the direction of the new offensive staff. The presence of players like Shedeur during voluntary periods is often a harbinger of the level of preparation the team will have when the games begin to count in the standings. As the 3 days progress, the focus will remain on how many players continue to show up and how they interact with the new systems in place. I'm going to show you guys Shedeur Sanders arriving along with his teammates. These visuals and reports confirm the active participation of the roster's younger core. Mind you guys, this is a 3-day voluntary workout led by Todd Monken. But Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived. This repetition of facts reinforces the significance of his presence in the eyes of those tracking the team's off-season progress. The discussion regarding Myles Garrett and the necessity of his attendance will likely continue as long as the workouts remain voluntary. Would it be nice? Yeah. Team building, camaraderie, all that crap. Sure. But for the coaching staff, the priority is ensuring that the players who are present are maximizing their time on the field and in the film room. I need Myles Garrett for 17 Sundays is the prevailing sentiment for those who prioritize health and late-season longevity over early-season optics. In conclusion, the arrival of Shedeur Sanders in Berea signifies a new chapter for the offense. Once again, as I said before, Shedeur Sanders has officially arrived for voluntary workouts. Whether or not the veteran stars like Myles Garrett choose to attend, the work in the building continues. I'm going to keep you guys up to date all throughout today, as the team works through its first structured sessions of the year. The focus remains on the franchise quarterback and the effort to build a winning culture from the ground up, starting with these essential voluntary steps. Keeping you guys up to date on these movements is the primary objective as the road to the regular season begins in earnest.